The new Modus Super Series champion.
Oh my word!
It's another incredible moment tonight.
Jeff Smith.
It's match down.
5-star performance.
Ball for big fish.
It's
Jack Drayton!
Suits him down to the ground as he looks at Totsi Saganski for the 120 and a 2-0 lead. Things are at, and that's a difficult process, but this isn't difficult. That's brilliant. That's a 1-2-1, and that's been a commanding victory, a commanding display, and he could do so over Ton Topper, and he does so over Ton Topper. And as you say, it's only going to be one dart at double top. The one dart double top is all he needs to win the match. You'd sense that this is surely a Group B which couldn't possibly disappoint. Players that are plying their trade well across respective circuits all converge on the live lounge in Portsmouth. Should be a fun night, so I hope you are tuning in to all the action across the evening and into the wee hours here on Pluto TV. Such an intriguing night here at the Super Series. So many top players who applied their trade across the various circuits going head-to-head. You've got Danny Ayres in the Provisional World Championship spot on the PDC Challenge Tour. James Beaton, a player who could be playing at a World Championship at either the Lakeside or Alexandra Palace come the end of 2026. Jensen Walker, the semi-finalist from last year's Lakeside, adding a former Players' Championship winner in Radek Zagansky and the scholar Matt Dennett, who appeared at last year's World Championships. We have got quite the blockbuster lineup for you over the course of the next 3.5 hours or so. Alongside us for the entirety of the ride, it is primetime Matthew Edgar. Great to see you again. Surely this group doesn't disappoint, does it?
I think this brings back a phrase I used when the Super Series was first installed into the darting calendar, and that was worlds collide, where we sort of take the best players off of various tours and systems and pit them against each other. That's what this feels like tonight. We've got a lot of informed players. None of them are going to be enjoying this group, and they're just going to want to get through it any means possible.
Well, let's get to this afternoon's action, because Harry Ward dominated proceedings. He won 4 out of 5, and really it was as expected, wasn't it?
He was superb, wasn't he? Without being his best. He was head and shoulders above the field, and looking like it was a bit of a canter. There's a lot more in the locker for Harry Ward. We've seen a lot more from him in recent times in regards to his exploits on the Challenge Tour and on the Pro Tour. He sits nicely at the top of the table overnight. He will rightly so go off favourite tomorrow. I think he should have gone off favourite today. The bookies won't make that mistake twice. He could run the card.
Well, that's how Group C looks at the halfway stage. Let's have a look at the tournament bracket as we head to the halfway point of the week. And yesterday, Derek Coulson became the first player to win 15 out of 15 in Group A. The curse broken by the Welshman. Group B tonight, we'll see Radek Zagansky, Jensen Walker, Matt Dennett, and Danny Ayres and James Beaton in there. Two players that on the Challenge Tour and Dev Tour respectively this year, they have both had fantastic campaigns.
They have, and it'll be interesting to see how things translate for James Beaton here at the Super Series. I know it's something he's been very passionate about, something he spoke very fondly about, a place he wants to play his darts. He's not just playing this tournament here this week. He's here to impress. He's here to become a regular at the Super Series. And we know the way to become a regular. Get to Saturday night. Win Saturday night. You'll get your name here on a regular basis. James Beaton is here to win.
And it feels like because of the other players who are in this field, Matt Dennett's somebody that's going under the radar, but we know from previous experience here, he is somebody time in, time out, who finds himself at the thick end of weeks.
Absolutely. Matt Dennett, I feel, is always one of those players that sort of go a little bit under the radar. And some of that's due to the exposure he's had. He's had a lot of time around the PDC and the professional game. And with that, you sort of go, have we seen his ceiling? Do we know how far Matt Dennett can go in this game? And then when you get like more newer players like Danny Ayres come through, who we haven't seen on the Pro Tour yet, it's question mark still. There's still that mystery. How far can they go? I think at this level, though, Matt Dennett is dangerous. Matt Dennett could win things, and very quickly.
Well, in terms of the odds, Danny Ayres goes off favourite. That's perhaps not a surprise, but when you look at some of those odds, there's value to be had, isn't there?
Absolutely. Danny Ayres at favourite. I'm not sure I 100% agree with that. He's probably got the most mystique about him in regards to the fact that he's not been out there on those circuits yet to be able to get that. But Matt Dennett has. Skaganski's won a Pro Tour. Jenson Walker's won in this building. James Beaton's the reigning Scottish Open champion. There's so many reasons I can make a case for everybody else that I think there's value.
You said Danny Ayres isn't your favourite. Who is your favourite?
Good question. I'm going to go with Radek Skaganski.
Now, what you don't know is in rehearsal about 45 minutes ago, he said Radek Skaganski, but I'm probably going to change my answer. But you're sticking with.
I was tempted to change it. Jenson Walker's got experience of the week now. He's won this title. So you could go that way. I think James Beaton 9-1's too big. There's value. That's the main thing we're trying to get across here, that if you like a flutter, tonight's the night to get involved.
Right, we're going to throw the fence in the skip. 18+, gambleaware.org if you're going to have a flutter on the Super Series tonight. Right, let's get into our first match of the night. It is a meeting between Jenson Walker and Danny Ayres. Danny's had a fantastic year on the circuit in 2026. We can hear from him now. I caught up with him earlier on this evening. Danny, great to see you back here at the Super Series. It's a tough group, but how much are you going to look forward to the challenge the next couple of nights?
Yeah, it's probably the toughest group I've ever played in. A lot of good players in there, but yeah, you got to relish these games, and yeah, I look forward to it.
Since we've seen you here last, you've had a very good start to 2026 on the Challenge Tour. You've had experiences on the Pro Tour, provisionally in a spot for the World Championships. Darts has been good for you at the minute, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I mean, there's been a lot of hard work going in the background, a lot of practicing. But yeah, it's going well. I've set myself a lot of targets this year, and I'm ticking things off on the list that I've been aiming for. And yeah, I can't complain. It's going well.
I remember we had a conversation in the studio around about this time last year about your ambitions, what you wanted to do, the fact you were going to go to Q School this year. But could you have expected things to go as well as they have done this quickly?
I always give myself high expectations. I always set myself high expectations, set yourself goals and you try and achieve them. But I mean, everything's kind of happened in the last 3 months that it's really started to take off. But yeah, I mean, I can't complain with how I'm playing, and yeah, hope it continues. What
has clicked?
I don't know. It's confidence, I think. This game is massive confidence and headset. I've changed my headset. My mentality is different. And yeah, being here and playing these type of players and yeah, the exposure you get and that kind of stuff, it improves your game. So.
And just finally, in terms of this group, I reckon it's just get through no matter what, isn't it?
Absolutely. It doesn't matter first, second, third. The job is just to get through to finals night because them lads in there, all quality players. So, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Wish you well. Good luck, Danny.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Danny Ayres involved in the first match of the session as we head towards the midway point of this week 7. And in terms of the runners and riders, you said Radek Skaganski. Let's put a bit more meat on the bone. We'll see him in the next game against James Beaton. But what about him stands out a little bit more than the other 4 players in this field?
It's that Pro Tour title. Pro Tour titles are not easy to come by, and when you look at the timing of that, the timing of it really didn't work well for him. He was on a 2-year tour card, of which the first year didn't work out well for him. The second year of his tour card, much better, won that Pro Tour title. Had it not been for that poor first season, in year 3, he would have been playing in events like the World Match Play. He'd have been closer towards the top 32 rather than being out. And I think he's one of those cases of what could have been. And we saw him come here. He's won a week here before. He's got quality and he's got consistency. And they're the 2 things you really do need.
Well, let's have a look at the games that we're going to watch tonight here at the Live Lounge in Port. So this is what the first half of the session looks like. What in particular in terms of a singular game stands out for you here, Matt?
Well, I'm looking at game number 2, James Beaton. I think that's worked out quite well for him here on debut. Very passionate about getting a opportunity here at the Super Series. You don't want to be first game on. And I do feel what happens in this first game could really set the tone for how James feels going into that match. If these two come up here and have a bit of a ding-dong, where they both average around about 100, it may put a bit of pressure on him to come and do the same. But if it's not that, we may see James settle down, come out, and got the advantage of throw there against Sagansky. It's a tough start.
And I suppose Jensen Walker against James Beaton is one that a lot of people look at, but we speak a lot about the next generation, the type of players that are coming through. These two had good ones last year at the Lakeside. Jensen obviously getting to the semi-finals at top, lost to Mitchell Lowry, the 15-year-old sensation there. I suppose that match may potentially be a bit of a glimpse into the future, Matt.
Oh yeah, for sure. And maybe the future of the Super Series as well, because one of the things that we've seen a lot here is the development of the younger talents. The Rising Stars Week being something that has really sort of highlighted some of the young talent that is coming through. And there's so many systems out there for the players, isn't there, these days, which is why we're starting to see a bigger depth and a bigger pool of players coming through.
So game one, a meeting of Danny Ayres and Jensen Walker. For Jensen this year, hasn't quite gone to plan, hasn't quite gone to perhaps what he would have expected off the back of last year. Has played a couple of matches on the PDC Pro Tour this season. But I suppose for someone like Jensen, where the trajectory has been all in an upward direction, this might be the first time where he's had to kind of deal with a few peaks and troughs here and there. And when it has been all upwards, how difficult is it to deal with that first bump in the road?
Well, it's inevitable it's going to come, and he would have faced adversity along the way as well. We always notice the wins, and that's the easy thing to spot. We don't tend to notice the hard work, the dedication, the graft, the setbacks that people go through that makes them the quality players that they are. And maybe now we're going to see that come through. I mean, it's been a different journey, hasn't it, for Danny Ayres? He's been around for a long time, and he's had to develop at a much slower rate than a very young man in Jensen Walker, just 19 years old. Picked up the Series 10 championship, which really did sort of boost him to a new level of expectation. And he's fulfilled that expectation, hasn't he, on the WDF circuit, reaching the Lakeside semi-final, picking up some titles. And no doubt will be much hungry for many, many more. Andrew Cullen will be calling in all the action for you this evening. And it's about time to get the throwing going.
Well, Jensen Walker is number 2 in the WDF main order of merit, so we'll see him at the Lakeside come what may at the end of November, beginning of December. He'll be representing England next week as well at the
First leg,
Six
Danny,
Nations tournament down in Ilfracombe in North Devon. As for Danny Ayres, his eyes now very much set on a debut appearance at the Alexandra Palace and the PDC World Darts Championship
100.
come December. And it's amazing to think it was around about this time last year where he turned up as an ADC qualifier,
100.
not known to many outside his local area. Rocked up, got to the weekly final, missed darts against Jess Smith. Jess Smith would win that game, win the
40.
week, and then subsequently win the series. How things could have been so different for Danny Ayres. But came back, again gave us a strong showing. And then he said,
59.
you know what, maybe I can give this a proper go. Went to Q School in January, narrowly missed out on a tour card, but he's translated that form onto the Challenge Tour this season.
130.
There's always a moment, a eureka moment, a standout moment. A little pointer in your career where you go, I can do it. I can take this game and I can make it on a professional level to a point I can make a good living from it.
64.
And you ask any player and they'll tell you roughly where that point was. For Danny Ayres, like many others, it's when they've been here at the Super Series. Although he's under the test very early here. Great start from Jensen Walker. Just 12 darts thrown. He's on the outer ring already.
97. Jensen, you require 32.
Our first opportunity goes away at Jensen Walker, who finds the double 16 for a 14 dart. Break your throw to get things up and running.
Second leg,
the last Challenge Tour event played
Game on.
this season. Beat Kevin Burness by 5 legs to 3 in the final. And en route to winning that particular
58.
title was a victory against Radek Sagansky in the quarterfinals of that tournament. So a player very much at the peak of his powers.
140.
As I say, fourth in the Challenge Tournament because of what Joe Hunt's doing on the Pro
96.
Tour. He gets a place because Joe's currently into the World Championship via the Pro Tournament. Derek Coulson could find himself in a similar situation as well.
82. $140.
Well, the one thing we expected tonight was a lot
41.
of quality. Early indications, certainly for Jensen Walker, suggesting that those could be coming our way this evening.
57.
Walker leads 150 to lead this game by 2 legs to nil. It's a
100.
superb start for the
Jensen, you
Interceptor.
require
14 darter in
150.
leg 1 and handily poised in leg 2. Can't take out the 150. Has to hope that Ayres cannot oblige on the 138.
Danny, you require 138.
Which he's not up to the task. So Walker back for the 57
58.
to back the breakup
Jensen, you
of leg
require
1 with a
57.
hold in leg 2.
No score.
Plus the score is given Danny an
Danny, you
opening.
require 80.
For a bit of a steal.
Game shot on the second leg.
And Topsy
Danny
fides, and he breaks back. Walker missing a couple of opportunities. He's been punished at the hilt, and that's probably going to be a theme of the evening, where should a player miss a couple of opportunities at the outer ring, then you expect the opponents to punish. Effectively, this is probably as close to Pro Tour standard as you're going to see at the Super Series, potentially this group.
Oh, it's a great group, isn't it? It really is, and there's just going to be quality all the way through.
Third leg, Danny to throw first. Game on.
And I think it's going to be an evening where, come the end of it, we're going to be none the wiser into the direction of the qualifying places.
180.
I'm not even just talking about who wins, which is a hard thing to predict in itself. I'm talking about the top 3 positions, the
140.
qualifying places. Which 2 do you eliminate? It's a tough one to call.
Well, we said earlier on, there
91.
is a possibility that this could be the first group where all 5 players finish on 8 points. It wouldn't surprise you in the
85.
slightest because there's not a lot to separate the players. In terms of current form, at least anyway. But I suppose the difference is for someone like Danny Ayres, he's actively winning. So he
140.
takes that form into something like this.
Well, it's already a week of history, isn't
55.
it? Derek Coulson getting
Danny
the 30
required
points
90.
in Group A. This could end up being a week to remember for many, many reasons. I'm not sure I like that still. I know he's got time on his hands here with Jensen Walker back on 2-2-1. But I don't see the value in the risk there.
34.
It's a target that's surrounded by missing. You've got the bullseye in the middle, that would be a miss. You've got the everything on the outside.
140.
It doesn't make
Danny
sense.
require 56.
So Ayres looking at 56 to move in front. Lost the first leg.
16.
But he cannot win the 2 thereafter. Not
Jensen,
yet,
you
at
require
least.
81.
May just be a poke of the ball here for Jensen, but this will be the 3rd consecutive break at the beginning of this contest. Well, he's not even going to get a poke of that. Chased the treble, paid the price.
63.
So this to move
Danny, you
halfway
require
towards
40.
victory. 2 10s.
Game
He's
shot
there.
on the third leg.
Danny Ayres
Danny
moves
Ayres.
2-1 to the goods.
Fourth leg, Jensen to throw first. Game on. $59.
Comes from a part of the UK, doesn't he, Jensen Walker, where I would probably say I'm quite surprised, actually, that we don't see a lot more players develop from. Jensen coming
59.
from Coventry, a place in the UK I'm very familiar with, not too far away from where I'm based, and spent a lot of time playing darts, and they love their darts in Coventry.
140.
There's leagues almost every single night of the week. Super League with multiple teams. The county used to play
59.
from Coventry as well, and when you think about it, there's quite a gap really from the last wave of players we had from Coventry, wasn't it? The likes of Kevin Dowling and Steve
60.
Hine, who used to apply their trade on the PDC Pro Tour. It's been a while since we've sort of had the next
60.
sort of developed player, and it's just bizarre to me when you look at the infrastructure that City has in and around darts.
Kevin Dowling, the bounty hunter. A man who would have all of
48.
his legs recorded and then would write up a diary, wouldn't he, at the end of every single competition?
The original blogger. His wife would stand behind, making notes of everything, and yeah, he'd do his write-ups ahead of his time.
And now everybody likes to write things down in forums.
100. Jensen, you
Some
require
more positive than others.
164.
It's more video form now, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, look what you started there.
Well,
42.
I'm calling it the Kevin
Danny, you
Dowling
require
TikTok
93.
channel.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to get the views.
53.
Well, it's getting
Jensen, you
desperate times
require
now for Jensen Walker.
122.
Time beginning to run out. The game's starting to slip away.
90.
He does leave himself
Danny,
on
you
a
require
finish, but
40.
he's got to rely on a miss from Daniel Ayres.
Twenty.
So it's a miss that does come.
Jensen, you require
Opportunities to lead
32.
this match by 3 legs to 1 have come to pass. And so this to square up
Game
at
show on the
2-2.
fourth
Walker
leg.
eventually
Jensen
finds
Walker.
double 16 and eventually gets us back on level terms.
Well, that's a classic
Fifth
case
leg,
of
Danny, two
experience.
for
Despite the
Rufus.
fact he's
Come
19
on.
years old, he's played a lot of darts. He's been around the block a few times as Jensen Walker. And he just subscribed to the theory there that everyone should. Just do
59.
your job. Don't throw away the darts. Don't get despondent. Don't just get a bit petty like we see people do.
140.
He left the finish just in case the opportunity arose. There's no guarantee. Just because your opponent's on a finish doesn't mean it's going to go. Jensen Walker
100.
did that perfectly.
Well, the World Cup began tonight and Matthew Redgood channeling his inner Roy
58.
Keane by saying that's your job. And before you ask, I am not doing the accent.
$60.
I'm waiting because I know you won't be able to help yourself.
I won't. I've got friends in Ireland.
136.
And it was good news for all my
134.
friends
Jensen,
from
you require
Ireland because Team
167.
Ireland got off to a winning start at the World Cup of Darts tonight. Walker unable to take out the 167, but he's done the next
139.
best
Danny
job,
require
setting things up
148.
nicely, forcing Danny Ayres to take out this 1 for 8. Missed 3 darts in the previous leg to go 3-1 to the good. Could find himself 3-2 down in a couple of
60.
moments.
Jensen, you require 28. Game show on the 5th leg.
And that
Jensen Walker.
is every reason why I love this sport. How quickly things can turn around. Literally 2 minutes ago, we were
Sixth leg,
talking about
Jensen
Jensen
two
Walker
for
being in a bit of
first.
trouble and was
Come on.
surviving darts to go 3-1 down. Now he's a leg away from the match and he has the darts. Becomes big favourite here to get the first 2
46.
points of this group.
That's the jeopardy that's in play when we play this best of 7 format. But then as quickly as Jensen Walker assumed
180.
control of the game, he kicks off trebleless and Danny Ayres piles in a max.
45.
Well, that feels very much like the throw is broken already in the early part of this scoring phase.
140.
Well, dart 6 goes a bigger, but a really
60.
good leg for Danny Ayres here. And it looks like this opening match is going to be heading the distance. There's a chasm between the pair. Walker needs to hit a 180 here just to leave himself on
100.
the biggest finish of the lot. Ayres on 81 after 9.
97. Danny, you require 81.
Well, persevere with the treble 10. Jensen not on a finish. Will leave himself on double top when he comes back.
96. Danny, you
And
require
this
40.
is to take us all the way to a last leg decider.
Aim shot on the
30
sixth
dart
leg.
break
Danny
back to
Ayres.
do exactly that. Good opening game, this. Both players, yes, averaging mid-80s, but it's been a contest, hasn't it, from start to finish.
And for the first time this evening, we go to a last leg shootout. Get used to that, because I think we're going to see a lot of these this evening.
81.
Games being decided by a couple of moments in a last leg.
99. 99. 26.
Little snatchy those, wasn't they, for Jensen Walker?
$59.
Chipping away his airs, but no real damage done there if Jensen Walker can find a big one.
97.
So the ball very much in the court of this man in your picture, but only if he could pick off something with the last.
92.
Does so, leaves himself on the big fish, which forces Walker into needing a
40.
couple of big
Danny
trebles, a
require
couple of big trebles he
170.
couldn't find. And so 6 from here, doesn't have to bring the bullseye into play if he doesn't want to. He'll not be afforded the opportunity to be tempted.
60.
Again, just chipping away, isn't he? Love the switch.
141.
Right play there for Jensen
Danny
Walker.
require
Don't get carried
110.
away and try and fire in that maximum. Try and bring the score down. Could be going down to 0 here for Ayres.
If he finds double top,
70.
which just sails high, he's had a match-winning
Jensen, you require
opportunity.
98.
Jensen Walker might be presented with one here. Didn't get a match dart in the previous leg. He's not going to get a match dart in this.
66.
Well, there's just a tad disruption in terms of the scoreboard, which for Danny Ayres has come at the worst possible time, throwing at a double for the match. He's going to come back for double top in a couple of moments' time to win this opening game of the night. He's doing the right thing here, isn't he? Just standing in the background, just almost back to everything, just making sure everything's all in order, trying to keep himself in check.
You just got to try and ignore what's going on. It's very, very easy. Just let the heart rate starting to build. Especially in this situation, 3 apiece. Dart away from the first 2 points of the evening.
It's all about composure in these types of situations. And I suppose as well for Jensen in the background, because he's also in the same predicament where he's hoping to be throwing in a double to win this game.
Now he's got an even longer wait, hasn't he? He's got to hope for the opportunity. If I was Jensen, I'd be quite liking this. I'd be thinking this disruption could cause a bit of a pull on that first start, especially on something like tops.
Well, both players just keeping their cool at the back of the stage whilst we wait for this gremlin in the scoreboard to be sorted out. As I say, worst possible time for that. Welcome to the commentary box. We'll get rid of those branded sweets.
And you get to see Henry's multiple post-it notes as well here. Look at that.
Yes. I tell you what, it's a treat for fans that like Comsbox Cam today, isn't it? But this situation, now, look, you've been playing on the pro circuit for years upon years upon years. You must have dealt with most situations. It's difficult at the best of times, but when you're in this situation, when you're in the cut and thrust of it, this is hard, isn't it?
Yeah, you've kind of got to disconnect yourself from the situation, from the moment. The certainly thing I'd be asking for now is a practice board. Just keep ticking over. The worst thing to do is just stand around hoping that when you come back, that one dart's going to go in and it's going to give you what you want. And the crucial point of the game here, just one dart away from 2 points in a group that we've said is going to be tight. You may only need 6 to get through this, the way that we're looking at in regards to the points that's going to be needed. And we are getting word that we're about to get started again by the sounds of things here. So we will get the conclusion of this game and see who can get the first couple of points.
Here we are, and it is double top for Danny Ayres.
Danny, you require
Well, effectively,
40.
this is like a double shootout now, isn't it? Both players leaving themselves a target to win this game. Danny Ayres, first poker, double top. Perfect guide. Now double 10 to win the match.
Game
and win the
shot
match he
and
does.
a
And what
match.
composure
Danny
he showed, Danny Ayres. Amidst everything that happened towards the end of that contest, he held it together brilliantly. And he's off to a winning start on this Thursday night. He gets a better at Jensen Walker 4-3. Great respect shown by the pair there. And get used to 4-3s being the scoreline this evening. Danny Ayres wins the first match in 7. this going to be a superb finish? The
Going short the
104's
second
got.
leg.
And Alex Small.
There's a shot on the bullseye, yeah, for Dean Finn. 1, 2, 4,
Going short
Dean
the
Finn.
sixth leg. Dean
Called
Finn.
clairvoyance.
Another. Gets it. Double top.
Going short on the
Well,
first
that
leg.
was
Dylan
Sublime
Fuddy.
from Slevin.
For 32, so it's double 16 to wrap it up.
Game shot. And a match.
What a way
Oliver
to
King.
wrap up.
Back in business, it's the bullseye again, and he's
James
hit it
on the
again.
sixth leg.
Graham Hall, an exhibition.
Graham
And,
Game
well,
shot on the
that's
fourth leg.
certainly one way to take out 104 Joe Croft.
Didn't he? Treble 18's the target for double 16. And
Game
there he
shot on the
finds it.
second leg. Johan.
Punishes.
20. Tops.
Game shot on the third leg.
Finally,
Sam
Spivey.
Any week with Spivey Man is a week worth watching. So this is how next week breaks down here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Look, the natural first name is going to be drawn upon Joe Hunt, isn't it? The Challenge Tour #1. And I suppose, in effect, he becomes the #1 seed for this tournament because he's the top player on, I suppose, the most reputable ranking list that we have on the amateur circuit.
I think that's a very fair way of putting it, actually, isn't it? I mean, I'd love to develop a ranking system for the Super Series, and Joe Hunt would find himself very high on there, but maybe not so much in regard to the experience at which he's got in this building. When you're looking at experience here, Ryan Brandley, Graham Hall, Alex Small, Joe Croft, they're players that have got experience and successful experience under this very roof.
I mentioned it earlier on this afternoon, but Dean Finn, a player who's made a Champions Week in the past. Every time he comes here, he looks lively, he looks dangerous, doesn't he?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And Sam Spivey, the same as well, isn't he? Another player from Scarborough. We've got one in this afternoon as well. So lots of sort of developing areas, isn't there, around the UK? We flagged and highlighted the ADC as being a real sort of flag bearer for the reason that these players are starting to come through. And here at the Super Series, we've got the privilege of seeing them all duke it out and battle it out on that stage.
Well, I mentioned it earlier on this afternoon, and Sam Spivey is an example of that, aka Spivey Man. I'll always use that name. But he's somebody that probably without the ADC system wouldn't travel the circuit because he's somebody that likes to play, dabble in a bit of local stuff. He's done well locally, decides, you know what, we'll give these other things a go, want to qualify, played here, won a week, got to a Champions Week final. He's won a Challenge Tour event, he's made the UK Open, came close to a tour card earlier on this year, and it's somebody that every time he comes here, you are expecting to be there or thereabouts in terms of winning a week.
Yeah, absolutely. But that Group B reminds me very much of what we are watching here tonight, where you've got quality all the way through, and then you're going to get two players come out of that Group A as well. I mean, if you're going to miss out and not win the group, you'd almost probably prefer to be in Group C rather than Group B, because that is brutal.
Yeah, that is going to be a stacked card when we get to Monday morning at 9:30. First game of the night saw Danny Ayres get the better of Jensen Walker by 4-3, having just a shade over 83. That was despite missing 9 darts at a double. Walker averaging just underneath the 84 mark, 3 from 7 on the outer ring. And for Danny, off to a good start. Our next game in a few moments, we'll see James Beaton make his Super Series debut as he takes on Radek Sagansky, who you're tipping as the player to beat in this group, Matt.
As one of the 5 players to beat, because I think I could make the case for
You're
everybody.
back on that fence again.
Yes, got it out the skip. It's literally one of those nights where you can make a case for everybody. Radek Sagansky as a previous champion, winner on the Pro Tour, but he's got his hands full here. And we are looking like action's about to get underway. Radek Sagansky has been here for the entirety of the week so far. This is not his first rodeo. Day 4's worth of action for Radek Sagansky. And it's gone okay to find himself in Group B, especially when he's been in that Group A alongside Derek Coulson, who dominated proceedings. Has represented Poland at the World Cup of Darts, who are looking like one of the outsiders, aren't they, this year for the overall title?
Yeah, I think real dark horse. As for James Beaton, making his debut in this competition. Now, he has waited a long time for this opportunity. Now, for you, the objective and goal that you wanted was to get to the World Championship, and you are able to do it. And for James, this is a similar thing. What is that feeling like when you've kind of climbed that mountain, you're about to do the thing that you have dreamed so long to do?
It's a little bit different for James, I believe, right now, because James has gathered experience. He's not coming here as a very inexperienced player. He's had experience on the Lakeside stage. He's pretty much guaranteed to be returning there again at the end of this year. He's played in events like the World Masters. But we're getting to look here at a very unorthodox style of James Beaton, but a style that he is finding is working well for him. Big title earlier on in the year when he picked up the Scottish Open. That's a tough one to win. That is a very well-attended event. And these events on the WDF are very, very tricky, not just because of the attendance, but because the preparation and the practice. He will have all of that available to him today when he makes his debut. But this is not the man you want to see when you're making your debut, is it? Going up against the likes of Radek Skaganski, Series 13, Week 3 champion, winner on the Pro Tour. He's got quality littered through. But James Beaton does have one big advantage here.
Throw first.
And that's the advantage of throw.
And the first throw is the perfect throw into the treble 20.
You always think about your first start, you always think about your first throw. I remember growing up playing in the youth days. The conversation was always about getting on the stage and not wanting to do like a 26 or something with your first starts. When that first start hits plumb in the treble 20, he's going to feel so good. Especially when he's been wanting to be here for so long. The passion of which he's had to play in this venue. And to become a regular. He wants to be here on a regular basis. And we've already mentioned how you do that.
60.
Win. You've got your chance. You're on the stage. You've done the first part. Now get the wins.
Yeah, and part of the reason why he finds himself in the top 6 of the Challenge Tour is because he won his
80.
first development tour event in 2026. He's also had a decent enough campaign on the Challenge Tour, but picked up his Dev Tour title in Development Tour 6. Got the better of Nathan Potter by 5 legs to 4 in the final. I have to say, he won it the hard way. There was some
99.
difficult games in amongst there. Pete Bobby Vickers, Joshua Adjuansi, Dylan Moran, Barnett Krekaz, Cody Crabtree.
Require 88.
And before wins against Jack Drayton, Jemai Van Den Herik, Archie Self, and Nathan Potter to pick up the title as he looks for the ball to win his first leg on this stage. But the
39.
bullseye just goes a-begging.
Radek, you require 141.
Maybe one of those moments for James Beaton in hindsight where he'll think he would rather have just laid up rather than go for the bullseye, but it doesn't affect the second opportunity here.
Two tens.
29.
Not there. And so Sagansky has an outside
96.
poke, and these are the types of finishes that when he was plying his trade successfully on the Pro Tour, this was almost meat and drink for him.
56.
He's unable to take on this occasion, so Beaton will be afforded free.
James, you require 20.
You think of your first throw, you think of your first leg, you think of your first checkout before you throw darts, and that's going to make him feel good.
James Beaton.
You don't want to start missing early on. It sets doubt, and that doubt can become very infectious through all parts of your game. James Beaton, someone who needs to play with that confidence. He needs the shoulders back, the chin high.
100.
Plays with a level of aggression within his game.
$45.
Well, James Beaton made it to the quarterfinals
140.
at the Lakeside back in December, but was the number 4 seed in that particular tournament. Lost out to Simon Heibels in the last stage, who came in actually as an alternative at the last minute. Got wins over Caleb Hope in the third round before kicking off his
81.
campaign with a 3-2 win over the Swede, Dennis Nilsson. And if it's not to be Ali Pali, he's most likely going to be
100.
at Old Lakey in December. Number 12 in the WDF World Rankings as we head towards the midway point of the season there. The World Masters just a few weeks away. And if you need an indication as to this being a young man's sport,
Radek, you require
the top
80.
two in the world have a combined age of 34 in Mitchell Laurie and Jensen Walker.
48. $58. Radek, you require 32.
Shame we weren't a combined age of 32, because that would have worked out perfectly for this moment.
Well, double four.
28.
It's on the inside, and so beaten here.
James, you require 138.
Outside chance of a break. But if he can find the 138, he'll be in cruise control of this contest. Not to be. So Sagansky will get another visit's worth at double two to
58.
get us back or level
Radek, you
terms at
require
1
4.
apiece. In the Madhouse,
Game
gets
shot
the
on the second
Madhouse
leg. Radek
and
Sagansky.
gets us back on level terms. Well, Radek played in Group
Third leg,
A
James
early
to
on this
Farouk
week.
first.
These are his
Game on.
stats for the group. Averaged 87.5 over 15 games. Only the 8-180s throughout the course of the group, which was the lowest of any player. Less than even Keanu Van
85.
Velzen. His doubling kind of as you'd expect from him. 47 hits from 124 attempts. Just under 38% in that
60.
particular department. But I know you like to talk about range of performance, Matt, don't you? His overall average of the group, 87.52, but his highest average was only 95.12. So it wasn't as if there was any kind of extremities in his game. You
140.
kind of know roughly the level that he's going to play at time in, time out.
Reliability. Very good quality to have as a dart player.
140.
Because it makes you hard to beat. I always talk about, don't I, the play on words. Getting beat and losing. Two very, very different things.
140.
James Beaton, though, looks
James,
like
you
he's
require
producing his best darts
136.
when he's throwing first. And that's how you need to do it. If he does that 4 times, he wins the match.
Yeah, absolutely surplus to requirement. What happens on the Sagansky throw, as long as he does the damage on his.
100. Radek, you
And
require
after a dozen,
161.
he's left himself on a double. So this 161, which has been left after 9 by Sagansky, had to go, is not going to.
43. James, you require
this-
36.
To move himself halfway towards victory on his debut here on the live loud stage. It's double 9.
Game shot on the third leg.
Found last start. We saw
James
that
Beaton.
early on today, didn't we? Stephen Johnston
Fourth
last
leg, Radek
darting
to
his
throw
opponent
first.
on a number of
Game on.
occasions. 2-1 to the goods, James Beaton, but I think he'll feel as if there's a few more gears still left to go.
100.
He's one of those players that subscribe to the theory that they want to be at their best all the time. As you
100.
naturally would, you know. But it's also unrealistic. It's unrealistic to believe that you're going to put your A game in every single
100.
time you come to the hockey. Which is why sometimes you've got to look at where that B game is. Chris Mason talks about it quite a lot, doesn't he? That B
95.
game needs to be at a standard that wins you the majority of games still. That's what separates the levels, not what the top is,
81.
what you're capable of. Because so many people are capable of 10 darters, 11 dart legs. It's how frequent they come.
Yeah, one of a number of memorable phrases that Mace used to
59.
say in the commentary box. Great friend and colleague of
100.
ours. Recently back from his Greek honeymoon.
60. Radek, you require 120.
Well, he's taken this out a couple of times this week. His only ton plus checkouts have been 120s, and he has got 6 on this point.
56.
Gonna need that full quotation to get us back level at 2-2.
$99. Radek, you require 64.
Gets himself within range. Should Skaganski make any mistakes here?
60.
Mistakes made. James Beaton in prime position to pounce.
James, you require 88.
We'll be expecting at least a dart here at the bullseye. But we'll be hoping for something much, much more. Much more he gets. 2 darts at the double 14 to put himself a leg away from the match.
James
What
on
a
the
clinical
fourth
finish that was from
James
James Beaton. That is the quality he'd been asking for himself and looking
Fifth leg,
for throughout
James
this
2 for a
fixture.
first.
And he
Game on.
finds it at a very key turning moment. It's in his hands now because he's got the advantage of throw in 2 of the 3 legs if he needs it.
Well, he's been waiting a long time for his opportunity to play here at the Live Lounge, and James Beaton
60.
is making the most of his opening exploits here. 3-1 to the good with the darts in hand to win his opening match.
100.
So far, your prediction's going swimmingly well, Matt.
I could have predicted any of the 5 tonight.
140.
I reckon you shouldn't have thrown that fence into the skip.
80.
You know, I like to make a bold claim every now and then, but this ain't the group for bold claims. We did give you the 11-4 of Harry Ward earlier on, though. That was
Yes.
that was his.
Although I do feel like that was a
140.
team effort, that one. Well, James Beaton's got time here. He's got 6 of the 161. Doesn't have to go for the bullseye. But earlier on in this game, did go for the ball when Radek wasn't on a finish. Not that that's going to be anything to alert him now.
89.
And I'm going to double down on the observation I made earlier on in the game that James Beaton, when he's throwing first, he's dominating legs. Giving himself a little bit
41.
of time at the back end of things, and he may have a bit more than he expected
James, you
here.
require
With
72.
that slip from Radek.
To win the match and to get himself on the board. And he's going to get a match dart at double top to wrap up a 4-1 win
32.
on his Super Series
Radek, you
debut.
require 140.
First match dart missed. He'll expect to come back for 3 more unless Skaganski can find double 16 for the
James on the fifth
140.
leg.
My word, that's a
Skaganski.
Hail Mary shot from the pole. Respected by his opponent
leg, Radek
because
to
that
throw first.
was classy from Skaganski.
Game on.
Just sort of came from nowhere as well, hasn't it? Radek been missing quite a lot of doubles at the back end of legs
83.
until that dart was just 1 from 7 on the outer ring.
Well, as I said in my commentary in the previous leg, James Beaton would have expected to come back for 3 more at double top.
59.
The opportunity hasn't come to pass, and now he's got to do the hard work again.
59.
Bit of a body blow as well. Can just make you lose a bit of that swagger.
58.
And Radek's not going to change his emotional state for anybody or any particular scenario.
99.
He'll just carry on doing his own thing. And I suppose at this point it's that
94.
case of trying or not trying too hard in these particular scenarios.
Exactly that.
100.
You got to find relaxation in concentration. Not an easy thing to do. Especially when you're somewhere that really matters to you like it does for James right now.
Well, that's awkward because he's on 230, he has to stay there. But dart 1 and 2 is just horrific for him. He cannot go anywhere else on the board. had to stay there.
60.
Finds the 60, which leaves himself on 170. Radek's going to come back here.
Radek, you require 160.
160 to take us all the way to a last leg decider. That's not going to happen. Now, Beaton will return looking at the big
128.
fish. It's the bull. It's the bull for the big fish, isn't it?
180. Radek, you require 32.
32 here to take us all the way.
Radek Sagansky. 7th and final leg, James 2 for row first. Game on.
Well, we're going to go all the way here. Beaton has the darts in tow. Has had a match dart at tops, didn't take the match dart at tops.
$100.
Well, there was one thing I told you to expect at the start of the night, Henry. I said expect a lot of last leg shootouts. We are on game number 2. We got our second game going the distance. Again, further evidence that we're not overselling this tonight. This
81.
is a tight group. And once again, I'm going to triple down now on the point. Now, when James Beaton has the throw, he produces his best darts.
140.
Well, 140 here to leave him on 121.
100. James, you require 121.
And he's going to get 6 darts to do exactly that. And he's going to need that full quota.
$53.
So Beaton coming back, looking at 68 to win this game for free.
100. James, you require 68.
To get over the line and to win on his Super Series debut. Double top to do exactly that. And it is a win on debut for James Beaton. He has waited a long time for this moment. And when the moment came, he was up to the task. Had to do it the hard way, had to do it in the last leg decider, but he gets the better of Radek Sagansky by 4 legs to 3. Coming up next, we're going to see Matt Denon for the first time. He takes on Danny Ayres. Game 3 of the night is a meeting between Matt Denon and Danny Ayres. We've seen Danny in action, or we've seen Danny win. Got the better of Jensen Walker 4-3. Before the break, James Beaton got his first win on this stage, beating Radek Zagansky by the same score. Matt Denon, the 34-year-old from Warsaw, the winner of Week 11 in Series 5, up against Danny Ayres, a former weekly runner-up from Crewe. And looking to go one better than those exploits in his debut campaign around about this time last year. For Matt, the last of the 12 players that we're yet to see this week at the Super Series, but he's a player that comes here with a vast amount of experience, a decent CV.
First leg
and
Matt.
as you mentioned before he got his tour card, he was kind of one of those players that every single time he's here, you knew he'd qualify for Saturday, and once he got to Saturday, he's going to do something half decent.
140.
He's solid, and underestimated is Matt Denon, and underestimate him at your peril. Certainly the odds compilers started to put a bit of respect
96.
on the name of him, wasn't they, when they put the odds out for this group. And he is one of the characters of the practice room. He's not one of these, like, a lot of the time people think a character is someone who's going to be jumping around and bouncing around on the stage, where he's actually a very dry,
42.
very witty, very funny guy. The likes of him and Scotty Baker.
Yeah, very dry sense of humour, but real good guys, Matt Denon. However, he could have done everybody who works here a bit of a favour back in 2019. If only he hit a double 16, then we would never have spoken about Glenn Durran as a former Premier League champion.
100.
I'm sure it's a game which still haunts Matt to this very day. It certainly haunts me.
85.
Well, going wide with the second dart meant Danny had to find a trouble with the last. Does do that to leave himself on a finish after 3 visits to the board to get the break in this opening leg.
96. Danny require 140.
Not to be this time, but just got to be careful here not to catch. I know he's over to the right-hand side, but that flight was precariously in the way. Goes high and will leave himself on top if Denon cannot get the 1, 2, 3. He needs the treble 18 with dart 2. Ayres will be back for 3 at top.
51. Danny require 40. Game shot on the first leg. Danny Ayres.
13 darter, not for the first time tonight.
Second leg, Danny 2.
It was interesting listening to him as well, wasn't it, before the show started this evening, and you're sort of asking him what's different. And he just puts it all down to confidence, doesn't he? Just
42.
A change of mindset now when he comes to events. And I guess when you look at various players, and I speak about this quite a lot in regards to the Pro Tour, 128 players don't go there believing they're going to win. We see it on the European Tour where players will book flights for Sunday morning. And they'll be like, well, I'll just
55.
rebook a flight later on. I'll be happy to miss my flight. You're sort of going there already expecting not to win.
100.
It's very brave, isn't it, to put yourself on the line and sort of accept that I'm going there to try and win. And I'm open to that disappointment. I'm okay
56.
with that. A lot of people like to shelter and sort of hide a little bit. Maybe Danny's starting to move himself a little bit more into that mindset of, okay,
96.
I'm going to expose myself to the possible disappointment.
Was that why you used to sublet that Airbnb every year after you lost to Darius at the Worlds?
No, I only booked one nice hotel. I was well prepared.
180.
We didn't even need the one-night hotel when they put you on the first game of the morning. As Danny Ayres piles in the game's first match. Haven't seen too many 180 tonight in comparison to the amount of legs that we've seen and the type of players that are in action. Oh, beautiful second dart. Worked around that blocker beautifully. Finds a 140 to leave himself on a double. Triple 17 for the bull. Bull to level up. Bull to level up.
The second leg.
Superb response from Matt Denon. These two trading blows A break
Third leg,
apiece, one
Matsu, throw
apiece.
first. Game on. $96.
I suppose that's something as well that Danny Ayres
58.
has started to learn as well. You put your best foot forward, it doesn't always guarantee you the win. It doesn't always guarantee you the leg. That was a good leg. He did everything right, set it up beautifully.
140.
Then taking out on the bullseye, you've just got to ride those blows. But when you're in the early phase of first coming here, it can cause you to panic until you get used to going, okay, good shot, we'll go again.
$133. $95. Matt, you require
Well,
132.
Denon did well to break back in the previous leg and now has 6 here from 132 to get himself in front for the first time in this
92.
contest. Tops left after 12. Here's another
100.
able to
Matt,
get.
you require
Could be
40.
academic anyway.
No score.
Well, Dennett misses 3 at the outer
Danny, you
ring.
require
Is
114.
Danny Ayres going to hit back with a ton topper of his own? He's found the treble 19 with dart 2 for the Shanghai on 19s. Oh,
Shot on the third
wonderful.
leg. Danny Ayres.
This really is becoming a treat, isn't it?
Fourth leg, Danny.
Ayres
to
kicked
throw
off a
first.
13
Come
darter,
on.
and then we see back-to-back ton plus finishes. The 114 in response to the 108 of Dennett the leg before.
96.
Oh, look at those winning legs. 13, 15, 15. It's quality. Sometimes you get nights like this where you look at the lineup, you look at the
140.
billing, and it doesn't quite deliver. Not that problem this evening.
96.
We've seen 2 decent games to kick things off, but this is where the action really is beginning to heat up.
96. $79.
Well, that is mightily unlucky. Those 60 points that bounced out the board is the difference between him being on a finish and not.
95. $60. Matt, you require 170.
The big fish, both on it, one couldn't get. What can the other man make of it?
60. Danny, you require 170.
Another. This is getting ridiculous now. That would have been the
127.
third
Matt, you
consecutive
require
top plus
110.
checkout, and it would have been the biggest one of the lot.
Still could be.
94. Danny, you require
A
43.
little wince there from Matt Denon suggests he feels this is going to go.
Game
And
shot on the
he'd be
fourth
correct in
leg.
his thinking.
Danny Ayres.
Danny Ayres 3-1 to the good. Now, we say it every week here, don't we, in a Group B, that it's
Fifth
very
leg,
important
Matsu,
for the
throw
player
first. Game on.
in Danny Ayres' situation, playing first and third to get themselves off to a good start. Wins this, he's on 4 points before anybody else has played their
95.
second match of the group. He can take command of proceedings before anybody else has had the opportunity to keep pace with him in terms
58.
of matches played.
$59.
That's inviting.
137.
Took a look at the scoreboard to see where he was. Knew if he stayed up at the top end of the board, a 180 wouldn't have left to finish.
140.
A thinking darter right there. I love it.
136.
Perfect setup to leave himself on the big fish to win it. However, Denon putting a dent in this.
137. Danny require 170.
Missed the ball for this in the previous leg. He's not going to get a look at it this time.
85.
But he's
Matt,
left
you require
himself with a
70.
shot within range. May have to be the bullseye again to save things for Dennant.
45.
Unable to find it on this
Danny
occasion.
require 85.
That might be the last darts he gets to throw in this match.
However, it could be that bullseye target that Danny Ayres is looking at. For the win. And
52.
that would have been number 2 of the night.
Matt, you require 25.
Denon looking for leg number 2 of the match. 2-8s to get it. 2-8's
Games on
got.
the 5th leg.
Back to 3-2. Forcing his opponent to serve it out.
6th leg, Danny to throw first. Game on.
Danny is a man who has
60.
a practice partner which many would say there's a lot worse than. Good pals with Bradley Brooks, Bam Bam. No tunes in when
50.
Danny's plying his trades here at the Super Series. If you are tuning in, Brad, hope you're well, pal. He's got a busy 6 months ahead of him. In a decent
140.
position to save his tour card at the end of year 2. Because I'm sure the last thing that he wants to
45.
do is this time next year be in a church in Portsmouth plying his trade here. As much as he enjoys it here, he wants to still be mixing it with the best, and Danny Ayres wants to join him there.
123.
And I think Danny Ayres is a player that truly believes he's got the ability, he's got everything about him to be competitive with the best.
78.
And has a very measured approach, hasn't he, to progression, which is also very important as well. You don't want that accelerated progression that puts you in a place you
138.
can't operate properly. But he's operating well here. 12 darts thrown with the throw, tops left. Sort of renders Matty
58.
Dennett irrelevant in this leg.
Danny require 40.
Kicked off a 13 darter, and he's
Then
going to
shot
finish with
and
a
a match,
13
Danny
darter.
Ayres.
And he's going to get the better of Matt Dennett by 4 legs to 2. And that is win number 2 of the evening for Danny Ayres. In the end, the average is over a ton, 100.4. The end average for Danny Ayres, 4 from 6 on the doubles. A game which saw a ton plus checkout apiece as well. So Danny Ayres, 2 wins out of 2, beating Matt Dennett by 4 legs to 2. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. And before the break, we saw Danny Ayres with the first ton-plus average of the night. 100.4 and a 4-2 win over Matt Denon. Good game, a match which saw 2 ton-plus checkouts, 1 apiece. And for Danny Ayres, he's played 2-1-2 and finds himself bossing this Group B table as James Beaton and Jensen Walker go toe-to-toe in their second games of the night. James, on his debut, got the better of Radek Sagansky by 4 legs to 3. While Jensen Walker was also involved in a last leg decider, but found himself on the wrong end of the scoreline against Danny Ayres in game 1 of the evening. For James, I think he'll be more than happy with his opening performance. 87, just underneath 88 average, 4 from 10 on the doubles. There was a lot to like about that opening display against Radek Sagansky.
Yeah, definitely. And you could have forgiven him if you came up there and looked a bit edgy,
59.
looked a little bit off, needed to settle into things a little bit. But he didn't. He came up there quite steely, quite focused, quite aggressive, quite like he belonged. Obviously, he said he belongs on that stage, but to believe it is a different thing. And he went up there with belief.
96. $130.
I think that's what they call traversing around the board. But he's left himself on 136, and he may have to take out the 136 because that Max Walker's left himself on 81 after 12. Another one of them, and there's a lot of room in the bed. Unable to fight.
87.
Jensen thought that was going, didn't he?
Jensen, you require 81.
The reaction on his face, it was almost like a wincing, like, oh, here we go.
39. James, you require
The bullseye
49.
goes a begging for Walker, so Beaton with a tangible break chance should get 2 at the outer ring, will get 2 at double 16.
$33.
There's a crossover
Jensen, you require
adjusts.
42. Game shot
Felt
on the
like
first
after
leg.
dart 2,
Jensen
there was no
Walker.
doubt about dart 3 going in. It was such a beautiful guide for Jensen.
Second leg, James
Nestled it in beautifully with the
Game on.
last, and the interceptor finds himself 1 up.
$60. $99. $140. $100.
Well, a couple of players here in Jensen Walker and James Beaton, if they were to win this week, would actually have a decision to make because
100.
they are qualified for the World Masters in Las Vegas in July. And as we know,
132.
the World Masters final takes place a day before the Champions Week begins. And we already know Neil Duff is going to be playing in that tournament. He's already publicly stated he will be fulfilling his commitments
105.
in the United
Jensen,
States.
you require
As
170.
Walker looks at the 170 here to move 2-0 to the good, unable to get.
58. James, you require 96.
It's the semi and the final, isn't it, on the Saturday?
68.
And then, due to time
Jensen, you
zones,
require
it takes like an extra
112.
day to travel back.
Yeah, Saturday night in the United States, but obviously because of the time difference, it moves into Sunday morning, doesn't it,
60.
over here in mainland Europe, doesn't it?
James, you
As
require
Beaton looks
28.
at double 14 to square the game up at 1 apiece.
And as you know, it's a long haul flight back from Vegas to the United
James
Kingdom.
on the
There's
second leg.
beating levels up
James
at one
Beaton.
apiece. In fact, there's a few interesting names that have qualified for
Third leg,
the World
Jensen 2 for
Masters.
first. Game
Keegan
on.
Brown's qualified by winning the Toronto Area Open. You're going to be there. Jack Drayton's qualified by winning the Isle of Man
60.
Open. Don't know if he's going to be there or not. Jared Cole's actually qualified by winning the 2024 England Classic. He's not going to be there because
60.
of other commitments, but he has qualified.
59.
And of course, all former champions are eligible. So Glenn Dummant's going to be there. Well, he can be there if he wants to be there. Scott Mitchell will be taking on his
96.
life peerage.
$57.
Now, I have heard rumours that potentially Steve Beaton's contemplating the idea of going to Las Vegas.
I mean, who wouldn't want to go to Las
100.
Vegas?
I don't know, Matt. Who wouldn't want to go to Las Vegas?
180.
Beautiful time in there for Jensen Walker. Just missed out on a last leg
81.
decider in his opening
Jensen,
game.
you require 145.
Looking to bounce straight back here and get a few points on the board.
104. James, you require 164.
So 164 for the breaker to put itself 2-1 to the good. Not to be this time. So Walker returning for 41 to put his nose back in front again at 2-1.
44. Jensen, you require 41.
So far, which has been all about holds a throw.
9.
Or is that trend going to end?
One of each on the 20s for James Beaton.
James, you require 120.
There was a moment in his first game, wasn't there, against Gagansky, where he pulled out a good finish, a nice combination that changed the whole vibe of the game. Tops to do the same.
$100.
Just underneath. Walker
Jensen, you require
reprieved.
32.
Properly holding his breath in the background. James Beaton's nodding in the background. However, Dart 2's made life more awkward. But he
James
still
on the
manages to
third
nestle
leg.
away through
Jensen Walker.
to lead this game by 2-1. I think Beaton was expecting to come back for a Dart, and a
Fourth
Dart is
leg,
going to come
James
back
2
to
for
begin the next
first.
leg.
Come on.
Here's one for you, Matt. Because of winning the World Masters in 1994, Richie Burnett has got an invitation to play at the World Masters. Now,
60.
if I had any sway in a production company, I would pay for Richie Burnett to go to Las Vegas.
134.
And I would be sending a camera crew with him to follow his every move in that city. Because that would be the type of documentary that would get views. That would be a documentary
97.
I would want to watch.
I've got a feeling
84.
there'd be quite a niche audience that would agree with you on that one, Mr. Deacon.
It might be a niche audience, but it'd be an audience that would enjoy it nonetheless. Wouldn't you watch Richie Burnett in Las Vegas?
I'd watch
140.
Richie Burnett eating a cookie.
You haven't heard the story about him eating fish and chips, have you?
180.
Walker with the game's second max to leave himself on 103 to get himself too clear
57.
in this game, and he
Jensen,
would
you
have the
require
darts
103.
in the next to cross the line.
67. James, you require 147.
So 147 off the cards now. So Walker returning double 18 to
97. Jensen,
Put
you require
himself to win a leg of
36.
victory. 99.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
5 is it leg.
Jensen
Breaker
Walker.
throw. Walker 3-1 to the good.
Fifth leg, Jensen to throw first. Game on.
A moment ago, James Beaton looking at a breaker throw. Now he's just been broken.
180.
Jensen Walker is really finding here. That's his 4th maximum of this game.
Putting the task up, isn't he? There you can see. 4 180s for Jensen Walker in this game. If he finds a 5th, could have ended the game in perfect style.
Well, it's a night that can get away from you very, very quickly if you don't
135.
pick points up early. And you can feel like you're chasing throughout this whole group, and you want to feel like you're a part of it. He lost his opening game by 4 legs to 3. This is the sort of
58.
response you need. Stepping it up, averaging over 90 for the majority of this match.
90. $100. Jensen, you require 96.
So 96 for a 4-1 win.
Game shot.
And a
Man of
4-1
match,
win it
Jensen
is. It was a
Walker.
commanding display for Jensen Walker. Once he got himself in front, there was no let up. Leg 3 was a big turning point in that match as Walker wins. And coming up next, we are going to see Radek Sagansky and Matt Dillon go head to head. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we're at the halfway point of our Thursday night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. And before the break, we saw Jensen Walker get the better of James Beaton by 4 legs to 1. So our middle match is a meeting between Matthew Dennett
First leg, Radek to throw
and
first.
Radek
Game on.
Sagansky. 2 players looking to get off the mark, yet to pick up a win. Sagansky lost out 4-3 to
95.
James Beaton in his opener, whilst Dennett lost out to Danny Ayres, who averaged a ton against him 4-2 in his first match.
134.
And you know what? This is the type of game which just has 7 legs, probably high 80s average, about 35% on the finishing,
140.
written all over it.
Don't think there's any point in playing the game, is there? You've just gave us every single stat. How many 180s? You didn't tell us how many 180s.
I reckon there'll be 2. I reckon 1
93.
apiece.
Okay.
Would you like the lottery numbers for tomorrow whilst you're at it?
58.
It's an intriguing one, though, this, isn't it? Because both players, after losing their opening games, this is the sort of group
79.
where you will be chasing. You will feel like you are chasing. You'll feel like you're behind all the time.
100.
And it can just change how you approach your future games as well. You know you can only get a maximum of 4 points. You feel like you're doing a rescue job rather than actually building and
80.
attacking towards trying
Radek,
to get
you
into those
require
qualifying
109.
places. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? We're in the first 25% of the tournament.
Game
We're
show on the
talking about
first
important
leg.
games,
Radek
and that's a big
Sagansky.
blow already. Sagansky showing a touch of
Second leg
quality,
match
taking
to
out a
Ruffer.
140
Game on.
finish in his opening game, going down to James Beaton. Treating us to a second Tompless checkout of his campaign so far.
100.
Well, Matt Dennett hit a 108 in his opener. He's now been hit by a 108 here.
81. $59. 60. 96. 108.
Was the same digits as the 108 finish, just rearranged to another great moment, 180 there. There's one of the ones you predicted, Mr. Deacon.
Half the score as a result, but Dennett's still in control of this second leg. Remember, the second leg of 7 that we're going to see in this match.
100.
I guarantee you we will see
106.
7 legs in this match.
How about 106?
86. Radek, you require
Sagansky
80.
wants to get out of here in 4, if he possibly can. Treble 16 for the double.
64.
Just moved on the inside,
Now
so
you
Dennett will
require
get free in
20.
hand. Have double 10 and derivatives to get us back on terms. Double 5. Underneath, Sagansky's
No
going to get free in
score.
hand. You don't expect
Radek, you require
Dennett to
16.
be coming back to the board in this leg.
Game shown
He's
the
not.
second leg.
Sagansky,
Radek
in those
Sagansky.
situations, you just expect, don't you?
Certainly in that area of the board as
Third
well,
leg, Radek
because it's an
to
area he
first.
clearly
Come
loves.
on.
It's an area that he's trying to set up wherever possible. Going that way on 80 is a risk. You might not get a dart at a double.
60.
When your opponent's on a finish, we very rarely see people do that. I think the only case I can think of is Mervyn King, who would do that.
59.
And even when we look at players like Ryan Joyce, who love the double 16, claim to be the best double 16 hitter in the world,
100.
wouldn't go that way on 80 if the opponent's on a finish. You play it safe, you're on the 20s.
Well, he rolled the dice, but he's rolled the dice well because he won the
58.
leg eventually. What's the saying? Sport is for winners, and then the
97.
sport is about winning, and then the losers will find a story about how they lost, or something along them lines.
Yeah, I've not heard that one before.
93. 100. $125. Radek, you require
Sagetsky's got 6 from here to move 3-0 to the good. He's going to need the full quota of darts to
52.
put himself one away.
$81. Radek, you require 92.
Well, Matt Dennett will get
80.
another opportunity here to get a leg on the board and break the Radek throw. Looking to get the darts straight back in his hand. 16 and ball will be the option. He's got the next best thing, double 9.
76. Radek, you
Another
require
miss.
12.
Another opportunity passes him by.
9.
But it's not another leg to Radek
Matt, you require
Sagetsky as
9.
of yet.
Double 4. Now down for 2 2s.
5.
Not there. And so Sagetsky
Radek, you
looking
require
at 1
3.
double 1, looking at 3 points for a 3-leg buffer.
No score.
And able to get. Dylan has got a route back
Matt, you
into this
require
match.
4.
How does he find a way from there? How does he find a way from there?
2.
It was a nigh impossible
require
angle.
3.
And winning this game could be a 9 impossibility. Sagetsky
No
can
score.
finally convert, but he's drifted wide. Burst
Matt,
the
you
score.
require 2.
Dennett, the scholar in the madhouse. Nervy.
Game shot on the
But
third
it's 1
leg.
up, 1 in,
Matt
and
Dennett.
Dennett is back into this contest. The quote, incidentally, is
Fourth
the winner
leg, Matt,
celebrates
2
and the
for
loser
first.
explains, which
Come
was
on.
made famous by the football manager Jose Mourinho. Thanks to some assistance from AI.
55.
Which sounds nothing like what you quoted.
Correct. I don't think AI knows who I am, to
83.
be honest.
$100. $98.
If you're wondering why it's gone slightly quiet at the moment, Henry Deacon is very egotistically
140.
asking AI who he is.
$60.
And it appears that it doesn't.
There's one
134.
known person, that is an English first-class cricket umpire.
41. Matt, you require
Well,
72.
this one's about to turn. Sagetsky missing opportunities for a 3-0 lead, and all of a sudden things could be about to go level.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Matt Dennett.
That's what you need after a leg like you've just had there, where Matt Dennett ended up winning
Fifth
in
leg, Radek
26
to
darts
first.
because of all
Come
those
on.
missed opportunities and doubles. A nice clean finish at the back end of the leg, a 15 darter. And all of a sudden, we're back level, and it's game on time.
180.
There's your second 180, but it's not one apiece, Mr. Deacon.
Yes, it's another one I've got wrong. I get it. It's fine.
96.
Probably end 4-2 now.
60.
I'll just go back to AI, shall I?
$100. $60. $95. 140. 64. Radek, you require 61.
So 61 here for Sagansky to lead this match by 3 legs to 2.
Game shot on the 5th leg.
It's certainly an unconventional route on the 61, but it's a route that works for the pole. Who
6th leg match to throw first. Game on.
Padenin has a response.
140. 60. 100. 40. 91. 100. Matt, you require 170.
So 170 to take us all the way to the last leg to side.
84.
Time on his side. Does leave himself on a 2 darter. Darter will determine how Matt Dennant's going to approach the 86.
60.
Doesn't have to
Matt, you require 86.
head down for the bullseye because Sagansky's nowhere near finishing range. Not that that matters if you hit the treble with the first dart. And now it's double 16 to take us the distance.
Game
Double
shot on the
16
6th
is
leg.
found.
Matt Dennant.
And just like I correctly predicted at the beginning of the match, we're going all the way to a last
7
leg
for 5
decider.
leg Radek to throw first. Game on. 100. 58. 44.
There's an opportunity for a bit of daylight there. Matty Dennant coming up dry with the opening visit, no big power treble. Just one treble there for Sagansky, with giving full control. But again, now that's another missed opportunity for Dennant. 6 starts without a treble. This time, Radak making a move.
99.
It's not all about the big 140s and the big 180s in these sort of legs.
180.
But it does help.
60.
So 6 on 203 here to get over the line.
96.
To get that first win on the board. It would mean that Radek Sagansky would be the only player yet to pick up a point in this Group B.
92. Matt, you require 107.
So 106 plays 107. And it's Matt Dennant with first poke. But he's not going to get a look at a double.
91. Radek, you require 106.
Whereas Sagansky should. And Sagansky will at Old Faithful double
Game
16
shot
and he
the
gets
match,
it.
Radek Sagansky.
He bookends the match with ton plus finishes. He beats Matt Dennant by 4 legs to 3. Now the only player yet to pick up a victory tonight. The 106 ends the game, the 108 started it. Coming up after the break, Danny Ayres takes on James Beaton. Well, we're at the halfway stage of our night here in Group B, and before the break we saw Radek Sagadsky get the better of Matt Dedden by 4 legs to 3, and so as we reach the halfway stage of the night, this is how the league table looks. Danny Ayres at the top of the pile, having picked up 2 wins out of 2, the only player now who has an unblemished record in this Group B. Jensen Walker, Radek Sagadsky, James Beaton, 1 win, 1 defeat apiece, whilst Matt Dedden, the only player yet to pick up points so far on this Thursday evening. We're going to see the unbeaten Danny Ayres take on James Beaton at the beginning of the night. This was the bookmakers' favourite against the bookmakers' outsider to progress through this group. Danny Ayres was 9-4 favourite with the odds good pilot to come out of this Group B, whilst James Beaton was the 9-1 outsider with the 5 to make it out of this group and into Saturday evening's final. And so far, Danny Ayres has justified why the bookies have put him into bat as the favourite to make it through to Saturday night's final. It's been pretty solid so far for the man from Crewe. A night which has seen plenty of tight tussles.
First leg, Danny to throw first.
If you're looking at the overs and unders market tonight, and if you are, it is 18 plus and it is gambleraware.org. I suppose it's the over the 5.5 leg market, which is the one of real fancy, because we played 5 matches so far this evening. All but 1 have seen 6 or more legs, and in 3 of the matches we've seen the maximum of 7 legs be played.
Well, that's where the intelligent money's gone this evening, won't it? All on those matches to go the distance. Because the likelihood is we're going to get a lot more legs still to go this evening.
60.
Not enough to separate the players in regards to the standard and the ability and the ceiling and the consistency to suggest that there's going to be too many games that are won with a bit of a cushion.
140.
Well, in fairness to you, Matt, you mentioned it right at the very start of the night. So expect a lot of tight contests, and a lot of tight contests we've had up to press. Another treble here.
137.
Ayres on a finish. He's going to find himself on 164 when he returns, but how handy can Beaton leave this against the darts? Love another one. But because it's to the right-hand side, I think it's just a little bit awkward for James. So I'd move up, chase around to the 18s.
Danny require 164.
Yeah, it's here. Look at it. 164.
$64.
419
here. 126.
Will give himself a poke at the ball to break the throw in this opening leg. Chase the treble.
102. 6, sorry.
Leaves himself
Danny
on a double.
require 100.
Ayres back for the ton to hang on to his throw in this opening leg. And he's going to get 2 at tops, of which he only needs the
Danny
1.
Ayres.
Clinically taken from Danny Ayres. His second three-figure out of the night. And a 14-darter to get things up and running. Just his opponent had left himself on a double to break.
I feel like a bit of a blow that will as well for James Beaton, because he
134.
had a few shots like that against him in his last game, didn't he, against Jensen Walker, those sort of combination finishes where there was 1 dart left in hand and all polished up.
140.
You said it before a dart was thrown here that Danny Ayres is producing as the favourite. It was a tough tag to live up to, being the favourite of this group.
99.
But it looks like he's relishing the chance, relishing the challenge.
It's always struck me somebody, Danny, that's never been short of confidence, never been somebody to shy away or shirk from a challenge.
60. 98.
Look, if you're a practice partner of Bradley Brooks, those practice sessions I can imagine are rather intense.
131. James, you require 170.
Beaton looks at the 170. Another one of them. Unable to get, but Danny Ayres has the same equation.
140.
And he's going to have to get
Danny
the
require
170. He's going to have to get the big fish.
$60. James, you require 30.
So double 15. One dart, double 6.
24.
But that solitary opportunity has
Danny
been
require
spurred.
110.
And so Ayres here for another ton topper, treble 18. Oh, decided to stay there. The treble 20 for double 15.
$80.
Clips away, gave it every chance.
James, you require 6. James on the second leg.
Finds
James
the freeze, squares us up, and we're back on level terms at
Third
one
leg,
apiece.
Danny to row first. Game on.
What is a high quality contest? Both players after a couple of legs
140.
averaging in excess of a ton. I know it's only 2 legs, but it's an early indication in this better 7 game as to the quality that we're being served up.
100.
Prior to that turn, Beaton was averaging just a shade over 105. Danny Ayres averaging 104.25 at this present moment in time.
96.
Danny, of course, coming off the back of a ton plus average in his previous game. Beat Matt Dennett 4-2, averaging 100.4. Was 4 from 6 in terms of his
100.
finishing in that particular contest.
$95.
Which has worked well on the 19s. Leaves himself on 170. Beaton needs 2 trebles of his last 2 darts here to leave himself on and out. Not to
60.
be. So
Danny, you require 170.
doesn't have to chase the bullseye here.
$45.
Trouble required here. We'll be offering Danny Ayres far too much time and opportunity.
100.
Squeezes
Danny,
it
you
between
require
the posts.
125.
It's him down to a finish. It's a chance. Another one like the first. Another bullseye.
100.
Went to the open side
James, you
of the
require
target.
141.
Just a little bit wide. And that's where that treble 20 for James Beaton really comes into play. Because without that, Danny Ayres may have just played a bit of a set-up shot. Because James Beaton's got the quality to take this sort of shot out.
105.
And he was the width
Danny,
of a
require
wire
25.
away from doing exactly that. 5 double 10. This is a problem now because dart 1 is right in the way.
20.
Had to almost try and float away over the top to find that target, which is why that breakdown isn't really conducive by and large of players whose
James, you
darts
require
stand up to
36.
attention like Danny Ayres' do. Double 18 for Beaton to get the break and to turn a 1-0 deficit into a 2-1 lead. Across for double 9.
18.
Now he's missed a trick.
Yeah,
Danny,
that was
you
the
require
chance that he was
5.
wanting, the chance he was hoping for, unable to convert it. Could have gave him a bit of control in this game because that was for a breaker throw. Could still be back.
Game shot on the
won't
third leg.
be back.
Danny Ayres.
Well, that was a big exchange, wasn't it, in
Fourth leg,
regards to
James to throw first.
this
Game on.
match and potentially this group as well. Danny Ayres already got a couple of wins on the board. If he's able to win this, that's 6 points already.
46.
I don't think you're going to need a big tally to be looking at that third qualifying spot.
Fair to say you get 8 points you're in, as far as this group's concerned.
Agree.
60.
Which means the target will be 2 wins a night. Which, when you say it on paper, really does sound attainable, but when you then put it by way of the
137.
opposition you're up against, you're going to have to do a lot of hard work.
$60. $95. $137. $140.
Well, Beaton leaving himself on 83 after 12 to square the game up at 2-2. Missed opportunity to get his
James, you require 83.
self in front. This might be the only opportunity he gets. This bullseye might be the only dart
58.
that he might be
Danny
afforded
require
to square this
104.
game up, because Danny Ayres has already had a couple of ton toppers tonight. Might stay there. No, went across with the treble 15, so beaten back for 25
64.
to bring us back
James,
onto
you
level
require
terms.
25.
Well, he made a mistake in the last leg, James Beaton. He can't afford to do it in back-to-back legs. Because this time, James Beaton has to throw in the leg.
James
No
on the fourth
mistake
leg.
made whatsoever.
James Beaton.
Superb check out there for James Beaton. Things level once again.
Fifth leg, Danny to throw first. Game on.
Time running out,
140.
though, for James to get that breaker throw that he's going to need if he's going to win this match to inflict the first defeat of the evening of the group upon Danny Ayres.
100.
Danny Ayres could practically get the job done this evening. Wins this one, he's on to 6 points. And then he'll play Radek
134.
Zagansky, who would find himself potentially in a position where he could top the group if he beats Danny Ayres, or might find himself in a position where he
45.
needs to win that game to kind of keep himself in touch. That's for James Beaton. Won his first game. Lost 4-1 in his second match to Jensen Walker. You get the sense that there's some big moments coming up here for the 23-year-old from Chester.
85.
Good pick off with the last there. He's got plenty of time on his side to put himself a leg away from victory. Even a maxi doesn't leave Beaton on an out, but it would tap Danny Ayres on the shoulder. And that's exactly what he
180. Danny
does.
require 142. $100.
Again, big last dart. Leaving himself on 42 to lead 3-2. Beaton can only try and hit big and try and apply as much pressure to this as possible. Looking for another treble to leave his favourite double 18. It's moved all the way to the right of the hockey. Unable to find.
Danny requires
So
42.
Ayres here to put himself two within a leg of victory. Double top. Well,
34.
scoring pressure towards the back end of this leg has
James,
afforded
you
James
require
Beaton this
76.
opportunity, but it may only be one dart.
He knows how important this is. He knows that this is a big, big opportunity. The breaker throw at this point of the game would make him a huge favourite to go on and win the match. And he's going to get 2. Target he's just hit in the previous leg. He took his time, he composed himself, he delivered. James Beaton, a huge break of throw.
Sick flag,
makes
James
him favourite and
to
puts him in
throw
control of winning this match.
14 darter to break the throw and lead 3-2, but it's a leg that Danny Ayres will probably feel as if he should have had in the ledger. Dominated things early on. Beaton found a couple of decent scoring visits as Danny Ayres was just beginning to pitter-patter around the setup of winning that previous leg. Peter with the darts then. 3-2 to the good. And a 2-treble start is some way to begin. Sonny enjoying his first trip to Portsmouth, isn't he?
60.
Ah, look, he did there.
I'm here all week.
$97.
He's very locked in right now, isn't he, James Beaton? So much that he forgot to pick his feet up and walk into the board.
I think if there's one word that epitomises the way he plays, focus is the one, isn't it?
Yeah, he needs to as well, doesn't he? That's how he brings the very best out within himself. Well, he's found an unwanted friend up there, and that's going to break the focus.
I think the flies are sticking to all that hair gel he has on.
100.
Either that or you've opened your wallet again.
I was waiting. I knew it was coming. I could have literally called that one. I could have wrote it down. I knew exactly what was coming.
140.
Well,
James, you
it's the last thing that's going to
164.
happen in this game, a 164 finish. He's got 6 of them here to win the match.
89.
Beautiful setup play. Great board management. Like the utilisation of the bull under 25. Danny Ayres now can just hit and hope. It's the exact same situation we had in the previous leg. In fact, it is the exact same situation because he left 76.
Well, from 2-2, this has been a decent couple of legs. 14 darter to get himself in front and a 14 darter to finish it off. 28 darts to turn a level scoreline into a 4-2 win for James Beaton. He had to fight off a couple of flies, but he now is flying. He is ascending towards the top portion of the table. As for Danny Ayres, he's been beaten for the first time tonight. He'll take on Raditz in game 9. Coming up next, though, in the interim, we're going to see Jensen Walker take on Raditz, the 2 Group A players coming head-to-head. Welcome back to the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, where we've got 4 more games to go on this Thursday night here of the Modus Super Series. Before the break, James Beaton got the better with Danny Ayres by 4 legs to 2. Average just underneath the 98 mark, 4 from 11 in terms of his doubling in that match of Beaton. A second win of the evening. Kim and Danny Ayres now both tied on 4 points. And the winner of this game will also move on to 4 points. Yep, hence that point in the evening where things are getting tight. And actually, if the games go within a certain pattern, we could see all 5 players tied on 4 points overnight. Stay with me, Matt. Stay with me. Jensen Walker wins this game. He'll be on 4 points.
100.
Matt Denon beats James Beaton in the next one. Beaton will stay on 4. Denon will be on 2. Radek Sagansky beat Danny Ayres in game 9. He'd be on 4 points, keeping Danny on 4 points. And then if Matt Denon was then to beat Jensen Walker, he'd be on 4 points. Jensen would stay on 4 points. And we may as well have not even bothered with tonight, because we would be back where we started going into tomorrow.
And that's how simple it is, guys. Just all those results.
Stick with me. I did say stick with me. I knew the Encyclopedia of Super Series knowledge would come up trumps at some point.
133.
Walker was looking for the Crabtree. 171 to leave double 4.
140. Jensen, you require 46.
To get his nose in front.
30.
But a couple of opportunities have gone a begging
80.
for the young man.
Persisting with this route on the 80. Clearly loves the double 16. It's a risk. It's a gamble.
64.
And you saw the deflection there. It looked like
Jensen,
it was a mark of dart. It
16.
looked like it was something he was able to use and wasn't. Will he be punished?
2 twos is there.
On the first leg.
And
Jensen
Walker eventually gets his nose in front. 1-0.
Second leg, Radek to throw first. Game on. $100. $96. $140. $40. $121. $100. Radek, you require 140. $100.
Not really much Walker can do here, but hit and hope.
95.
Well, he's hit to leave a finish, but
Radek,
it's
you require 40.
the biggest one of them all, which will give him little hope.
Game shot on the second
Now he's got no hope.
Radek
Level up.
Sagansky.
Sagansky. 14 dart leg.
Third leg, Jensen to throw first. Game on.
Back on level terms at 1 apiece in this game. A night which has been dominated with games that have gone tight, gone the distance. Yet to see a bagel tonight. No 4-0s. We're not going to see one in this game either.
140.
Does feel though, if someone's going to bring their real A game tonight, if someone's going to step it up to a level where they're going to start gaining quite a bit of control,
60.
you feel like Jensen Walker's the most likely right now. Playing tonight with good flow, good rhythm.
85.
Looks quite locked in, looks laser focused.
41. Jensen, you require 136.
136. 6 from here. It's going to need that full quota.
96.
Starts after 12.
Dominating performances from the players who throw first.
100.
The opponent
Jensen,
hasn't
you
really
require 40.
had a look in so far in this game. Walker hoping he doesn't give Sagansky one here. Double 10. Nestles
Game
away
shot on
through.
the
That was
third
more
leg.
awkward than perhaps
Jensen
the
Walker.
camera angle suggested. But Walker finding himself 2-1 in
Fourth
front
leg,
and
Radek to
finding
throw
himself
first.
halfway
Game
towards
on.
what would be a second win of the night.
Gonna have to calm it down on that water as well, isn't he? He's nearly drank the whole glass.
95.
Might be another good few legs to go yet.
And hey, Portsmouth's finest spring water can come at a premium at times when it gets to the summer months.
180.
I see what he's doing. He's going, I haven't got much water left. I'm going to have to step it up to get off the stage quickly.
Yeah, I think he
96.
enjoys the spring water here a little bit more than Danny Van Tripe. Oh, hello. Hello. 6 of the very best for the interceptor.
180.
Well, he went 7 into the 9
100.
earlier
Jensen,
on this
require
week.
141.
Can he go a couple of steps better? The answer is no.
93.
Well, just say a moment ago,
Jensen,
it
you
feels
require
like if someone's
48.
going to step it up to a level that really brings their A game, it's going to be this man. Just has a look
Game shot
over
on the
there to
fourth
see where
leg.
Sagansky
Jensen
was.
Walker.
Just add pressure. It adds incentive to this man.
Fifth leg,
Leg away
Jensen
from the
to
match.
throw first. Game on. $125. 140. 140.
Well, didn't get it. The 9 of the previous. They did get it done in 12 jets of Walker, and he's beginning to run
41.
it towards home here with the darts in this leg, averaging just under 98. Sagansky's around about the ton mark.
140.
1.54 his average. 140 for Walker, leaves himself potentially on for an 11 darter.
140.
Could well be.
Jensen, you require 96.
A 23 dart burst. Well, it's not going to be that.
88.
What he is going to do is leave himself on 2 4s after a dozen when he returns. It's been a world-class couple of legs on the interceptor.
60.
And this is
Jensen,
for
you
win
require
number
8.
2 of his night.
Game shot.
And win
Man of
number
match,
2 it
Jensen Walker.
is with a real rally. 15, 12, 13 for 1-1 to a 4-1 win. Jensen Walker, business-like. He departs the stage, average just a smidgen over a ton. He beats Radek Sagansky 4-1 in a high-quality contest. Really enjoyable game. Next up, James Beaton rounds his night off with a meeting with Matt Dennett. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. Before the break, we saw our second ton top of the night coming from Jensen Walker in a 4-1 victory over Radek Sagatsky. 100.7 the average of a 4-1 success against the pole. And so now we're going to see James Beaton bring his night to a close with a meeting
First leg, James to row
against
first.
Matthew Dennant, who is halfway through his evening's fixtures. That's what makes Game 8 so unique, because you've got the complete contrast of a player in Beaton who's finishing off his quota, but Matthew Dennant, it's hardly got into the meat of his allotment of games so far tonight.
So our Group B throws up so much dynamic, and the scoreboard, or the leaderboard, the table, whatever you want to call
40.
it, really does matter more in a Group B campaign.
$60.
Well, for Matthew Dennant to say that this is a must-win game is
134.
pretty much stating the obvious. As for James Beaton, he worked hard for that victory against Danny Ayres in the previous game. It could have gone wrong for him, but
60.
from 2-2, pulled out a couple of really good legs on the fire to come home a 4-2 winner in that particular contest.
100.
I think this is a bit of a bonus game here, though, for James Beaton, because before a dart was thrown today, you'd probably looked at it and gone, well, if I can get 4 points today, I'm in a good position going into tomorrow. He's already got 4 points. 4 points are in the bank. They cannot be taken away.
138.
He's got an opportunity here, a bit of a free hit to get to 6, but also to keep one of his challengers at bay.
66. James, you require 146.
So 146 here for Beaton to get himself up and running. Will probably feel as if he's got 6 from this point, as Dennant in the background just beginning to get himself frustrated a little bit, beginning to get riled up
95.
somewhat in the background.
Matt, you require 161.
He's already found a 108 this evening. He's not going to add a 161 to the mix. So Beaton back for this
80.
51 to put himself a leg to the good.
James, you require 51. Game shot on the first leg. James Beaton.
Beaton pins the double 16 and gets his
Second
nose
leg,
in
Matt
front by a leg
row
to nil.
first. Game on.
Well, there's the focus. There's the intensity again. Was attacked by a couple of
100.
flies in the previous game.
$85.
And if you're wondering why there was so many flies on the stage, it's because Matthew Edgar spent sum of 87
45.
pence on a bottle of water in between sessions, and that is not a joke.
It was 62 pence, actually.
How many millilitres in there?
750. Good bowl.
So that's less than 10p per 100 mil. That's
137.
for more money saving tips, head over to Prime Time's YouTube channel. I say money saving tips, you're going to be putting that back on
140.
expenses.
$59. $122. Matt, you require 160.
160 here for Dennant. To square the game up at one apiece, and that's sat perfectly for a second. Unable to get to Beaton will return. 54 for the
100.
break of throw and a 2-0 lead.
James, you require 54.
Double top it is. Now down for double 10.
44.
That moves on the inside, so Dennant will return.
you
20
require
for
60.
tops to level this game up at one apiece. Double 20.
Game shot on the
Double
second
20
leg.
it is. Matt Dennett brings us back onto level terms. 1-1.
Third leg, James to throw first. Game on. $60. $100. $95. $57. $78. $100. $58. $180.
Great time for Matty Dennett to find the first maximum of this game. Finds it on the James Beaton throw. Finds it at a time where it puts himself down to a very gettable 2-dart combination.
Matty requires 64.
Could give him a bit of control in this game. Something he's not been having a lot of this evening.
Game shot on
But
the
he has
third
it now.
leg.
He
Matt
has the
Dennett.
break. He has a 2-1 lead, and James Beaton has a fair bit of work to do.
Fourth leg, Matt to throw first. Game on. $100. $100. $58.
What's been your main takeaways from tonight, Matt?
Do you know, I don't think we've learned anything.
60.
I really don't. I think everything we expected tonight to be, it's been. It's delivered on every aspect. It's been tight, it's been close, it's been quality. And we are none the wiser in regards to who the top three will be. And we're still not finished yet. We've got 2 further games to go at the end of this one. Matty Dennett will be back to close proceedings against Jensen Walker. Radak Skaganski against Danny Ayres. I think this has been a night
57.
of sit back and enjoy rather than trying to gather anything new from this.
$55. Matt, you require 146.
Both players on 146. Dennett can't find it to go 3-1 to the good. Beaton looking for it to break back and level up at 2-2.
James, you require 146.
Same way. Different. Same result though. A missed opportunity for James Beaton. Dennett will be back.
56. Matt, you require 88.
Been involved in tight, close games, as you'd imagine, Matty Dennett, without getting any reward or points on the board until yet.
Bullseye.
63.
Not there. But James Beaton himself might find himself finishing up on that same target.
James, you require 90.
Well, James Beaton, when he goes through this routine so far this evening, has found success. He just takes a bit of time. He composes himself. Breaks the rhythm. But gets the results. A very, very hard attribute to have as a dart player.
Double 5.
85.
Just moves on the
Matt, you
inside.
require 25.
2 8s.
Game shot on the
And
fourth
Matt
leg.
Denon has a
Matt
cushion,
Denon.
has a 2-leg buffer. James Beaton eager to get to the
Fifth leg,
oche,
James
but
Tooth, row
one thing you
first.
do
Game
get
on.
here at the Super Series is a 10-second stop clock between legs. Just a slight delay in play, so everything can
57.
get itself back together. Something that you just got to work out when you're
93.
playing here for the first time.
Something you forget about as well, because you're just used to getting to the oche quite quickly, that sometimes, like with James there, you could be there and you
60.
stand waiting. With that in mind, is the argument to step back and reapproach the oche again? Certainly the way that we've seen James
59.
can manage that sort of breaking rhythm.
$100. $58. $60. $58. $121.
Well, picks up a couple of trebles, but because of the strain to the single one, still means he's on a free figure out here, James, to try and save this particular contest.
66.
Looking at the
James, you
103
require
here
103.
to reduce the gap back down to 3-2. Will feel like he's got 6, but may only need the 3.
67.
Able to get. So Denon here at
Matt, you require
167. There'll be some
167.
way to get his first win on the board.
99.
To save the match,
James,
is
you
Old
require
Faithful
36.
double 18 for James Beaton.
Game shot on the fifth
And
leg.
Old Faithful
James
double
Beaton.
18 is got. Back to 3-2.
Sixth leg, Matt Tooth, row first. Game on. $45. $97. $96. $138. $96. $46.
I was just about to say this game's finally in the balance, and Matty Denon grabs it by the scruff.
180.
Second maximum of the game, both going in the favour of Matty Denon, and now all James Beaton can do is leave himself on something handy and hope that Matt Denon will get his first 2 points on the board. He's done his job.
And he's going to get 2 at double 12 to wrap this match up by 4 legs to 2. Double 6 is
Game
there,
shot,
and that's a
and
first
that's
win for
Matt
Matt
Denon.
Denon. For James Beaton, he's going to have to finish up on 4. And it means that position and that predicament where every player could finish on the same points total overnight is still a possibility. Matt Dennett would have to win his last game, and Radek Zagajski would have to win the next one against Danny Ayres. That is not out the realms of possibility. Well, let's see how these two get on in that game when we come back after this short break. Two more games to go on what has been a marathon day here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Radek Zagajski and Danny Ayres is our penultimate match.
First leg, Radek to throw first.
Tonight. For Zagajski, if he wins this game, he'd be on 4 points. And it means that if Matt Dennett was able to get the better of Jensen Walker, every single player would be on the same points total following the culmination of the opening day's play here in Group B.
I would like to say I was somewhat surprised, but I wouldn't be.
$125.
Been impressed though with Danny Ayres tonight. He's really produced consistent quality, hasn't he? Does seem to be a player trending in the right direction with his career.
100. $140. Danny require 142.
142 to get the breaker to open up a 1-0 lead. Unable to get to Sagatsky here. Looking
90.
at 66
Radek
to
requires 66.
get his nose in front in this contest. It's going to have to be 14 and ball. The treble's a Brucey bonus.
55.
Because the bullseye would have been
Danny
rather
require
obscured.
52.
Tops rares.
Game shot on the first leg.
14
Danny
dart
S.
break. 1-0 leads. And this is the other side of the coin. Because of the
Second leg, Danny
situation in
to
this
throw
league table,
first.
he knows if he
Game on.
wins this game, he'll be on 6 points and he can really begin to push away from the chasing pack that's in behind him.
180. 100.
Just cracking on with things here, isn't he, Danny Ayres? Injecting a little bit more pace. Racing to the hockey, throwing with a bit of venom and throwing with a bit of quality.
180.
It's perfect up to press.
100. Danny require 141.
But can he complete this leg perfectly? Darte goes a begging for Danny Ayres.
He'll be disappointed, but let's bring this back to reality very, very quickly. There's a genuine chance here of a 2-0 lead.
109.
He's just one successful dart away. It could be a 10-dart leg to back up the 14 of the opening leg. This is a
100.
quality
Danny
start
requires
to this
32.
game.
So double 16
Game
for
shot on the
10
second leg.
dart
Danny Ayres.
leg for Danny Ayres. He's had an 11, he's had a few 13s, and now he's got a 10 darter to his name. He's put in some real top performances tonight.
140.
The best average ever hit on that stage in this room was 122.69. That of Daryl Pilgrim. We'll keep an eye on that.
60.
To break it, probably a couple of 13s. 26
60.
darts would probably break the record from this particular position. Well, it would break the record, it'd be 125.25.
100.
If that was the case, then that ain't getting beaten. If it does, then we're going to see something the like of which we've probably never seen anywhere.
59.
Only akin to what Charlie Manby did last year on the development tour.
45.
Well, that makes things interesting. Bit of a slip there for Skagansky.
100. Radek require 156.
So 156 for Sagatsky, unable to get on this occasion. So Ayres will return here. Looking at 142 for the double break
Danny
and a
require
3-0 lead in this
142.
contest. It's going to stay there. Like the Liar Dart 1.
95.
Follow in. So
Radek require 56.
Sagansky is going to get a look here at the 56 to get himself back into the game at 2-1. Double 4.
52.
Outside, inside.
Danny require 47.
For the double break. Double top. 2 10s is there.
Game shot on the third
3-0
leg.
Danny Ayres
Danny
leads.
Ayres.
And the average is
Fourth leg, Danny to
monstrous.
throw first.
107.36. He's already had a ton plus average tonight in a 4-2 victory over Matt Dillon and is throwing for a comprehensive 4-0 win. He is not missing
140.
anything. That triple is on a string right now.
And it always looks really nice on the eye as well, doesn't it, when a player plays with this sort
44.
of pace and flair. Just rhythm, and most importantly, a lot of trust right now, a lot of confidence in the game with Danny Ayres.
85. 100.
We look at the averages earlier, didn't we? And was
134.
suggesting about that record that's not going to go, but this is still a mightily impressive performance here from Danny.
100. Danny require 142.
Dead the average as he looks at 142. Not to beat.
90.
There's absolutely nothing the Radek Sagansky could have done about that. Could have done about anything that's happened in this game. It's one of those performances
100.
from your opponent where you
Danny
just have to
require
shake the hand and
52.
say, you were just better than me. Double top. Now double 10.
32.
Two match darts are come and
Radek,
gone.
you require
I think it'd
157.
be fair to say this is a performance better than most people. But it's not over yet.
137.
Oh, a close roll
Danny
of the
requires
dice for an
20.
act of defiance there for Sagansky.
So double 5 to wrap it up.
15.
It's not there.
Radek, you require 20.
Double 5.
15.
And now Sagansky's missing
Danny
darts at
requires
a
5.
double. This should be the close of it. Double 2. Now the madhouse.
3.
Well, the one time
Radek, you
he's shown
require
any
5.
kind of fallibility has been when the finishing line has approached. And
Game shot on the
Sagansky
fourth
pinches
leg.
his pocket.
Radek Sagansky.
It is a break back, and he has an opportunity to return this game to within
Fifth
one
leg,
here.
Radek to throw first.
And
Game on.
just to ask the question of Danny Ayres.
100. $60. 100. 100.
Well, Danny's just got to be careful here because this game could very easily change face. 140 here. Sagansky's on a finish after 9. And Danny has to fill it up here to do something similar. And he just seeing from him a few darts drop underneath.
40. Radek, you require
You know he's in a bit of
161.
trouble when the miss is low.
60.
But where's it gone all of a sudden for Danny Ayres? A couple of missed darts at doubles, and it appears to have really disturbed his game and his flow. A moment ago, he was averaging 109 and a
Radek, you
half.
require 101.
Now he's around about the 90 mark.
60.
Well, leaving himself 41 here, Sagansky to bring it back to 3-2. Ayres will throw for the match again, but he's going to throw for the match this time under real considerable
134.
pressure.
Radek, you require
Piles in a
41.
couple of big trebles, but it may well be irrelevant because that target of
Game
double
shot on the fifth
16, of
leg.
course,
Radek
it's found
Sagansky.
again by Radek Sagansky. He has got a radar around
Sixth leg,
it.
Danny to throw first.
Danny Ayres throws for
Game
the
on.
match again, but this time pressure is attached. But pressure is for tyres.
180.
Good responsive
100.
reaction to sort of 3 minutes that have really worked against him.
And all of a sudden, he's on a 9 again.
180.
Well, for the third time this
100.
evening, the second
Danny
time for
require
Danny Ayres,
141.
we're on a 9.
And for the second time, dart 7 goes amiss. For
93.
the Lancastrian will return for 48. He's had a 10 dart in this game. Could well have an 11.
140.
Sagansky is on
Danny
a
require
finish.
48.
But this should, from here, be the close of it. Double top.
Game shot. And a
Eventually
match,
gets him
Danny
over the
Ayres.
line. He's had a 10 darts and 11 darts, and that's the third win of the evening. But Danny Ayres knows that that could have got rather squiffy rather quickly, but he gets the win. In the end, it was a performance around the 97.5 mark. After 3 and a bit legs, he was averaging about 109. But a win is a win. 4-180s, 97.5 average. And importantly for the night, it's 3 wins out of 4 for Danny Ayres. Jensen Walker can join him on 6 points if he beats Matt Dillon on the other side of this short break. Final game of what has been a long day here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth is a meeting between Matthew Dennett and Jensen Walker. For Jensen, he could pick up 6 points from a possible 8 in this Group B on Thursday evening. As for Matthew Dennett, he is looking to recover from a slow start. Lost his first 2, but beat James Beaton in his previous game to get himself
60
on the mark in terms of points. As for Jensen, he knows that he can take a big stride towards Saturday night's final. If he can secure victory here against the Scholar, he would be top of the class due to his superior legs difference as a result.
Well, until that fantastic performance in the previous game there from Danny Ayres, you would have suggested Jensen Walker's been the standout player of the night. He's already averaged 100 in the previous victory earlier on and has just looked really composed, really rhythmical everything you just watch him and just think
84.
like, we're watching a player here who's having a practice session. He's had that sort of relaxed nature about him this evening.
13.
Really good visit that from Dennett. 140 leads himself on 72. In charge of this opening leg on throw.
99. Matt, you require 72.
Double 12. Double 6.
66.
On the inside. So Walker returning
you
here
require 100.
for a ton to put himself a leg to the good. Stops. And gets it brilliantly. Gets it beautifully.
Walker.
And Walker gets a prize breaker throw.
Second leg, Jensen to throw first.
That's his first ton top of the night.
You'd forgive Matt Dennett, wouldn't you, if he was thinking, oh, here we go
57.
again. Another big hammer blow dished out to the scholar.
99. $83. 100. 91. 92. 42.
So 6 starts here for Dennett to get the break back to square the contest up at one apiece.
59. 134. Matt, you require 151. $57. Jensen, you require 94.
So 94 here for Jensen Walker. Both players left on 94, but this for a 2-0 lead. Double 8.
Game shot on the second leg. Jensen
finishing has been clinical. 2 from 2 on the outer ring.
Third leg, Matt,
the tops off the back of the ton in the first leg, and then a clean take of 76 in 2 there.
60. 137. 100. 125. 140.
Really good last start. Managed to shoehorn away into the treble 20. Walker,
140
of his own, but because he stayed there, he's left himself on 99. So, yes, 2 numbers you can see on your screen, but a free data in terms of take.
Jensen, you require 99.
Double 16.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter what the combination, because if he gets a dart and a double, he's going to take it. 3 for 3 on the outer ring. And Matt Dennett shaking his head in the background, wondering what he's got to do. But what you got to do is not give this man an opportunity at a double. Although that's a easier said than done thing, particularly when you're sat to where we're positioned.
$83. 78.
It's just not been his night, has it?
93.
And if it continues that way, and his night is to end with a couple of points,
39.
at least he's got that one win on the board. Always keeps you in contention.
140.
We know he's certainly got the quality to go through the field tomorrow.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do, but
100.
by any stretch of the imagination out of the picture, Jensen wins this game. But if him and Danny Ayres are on 6 points, you'd say then it's a three-horse
59.
fight for one spot through to Saturday night's final. But actually, the fact that all three players are on a negative legs difference.
132.
Play Jay's beaten
Player
early on
require
Matt Dennett to
126.
be able to try and get at him again.
43.
For this to bring tonight's play
Jensen,
to
you
a
require
close,
56.
Jensen Walker looking at 56 to wrap up a 4-0 victory. The first dart he's missed at a double,
Game shot.
but he's
Man of
only
match,
going to miss
Jensen
one
Walker.
dart at a double in this game as he gets the better of Matt Dennett by 4 legs to 0. Jensen Walker with 6 points overnight, the interceptor top of the table because of his superior legs difference over Danny Ayres, who also finished up on 6 points this evening. But it's Jensen Walker who finishes the evening off with a 4-0 win over Matt Dennett. Reaction and analysis to come next.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. Before the break, Jensen Walker got the better of Matt Denham by 4 legs to nil to bring the night's action in Group B to a close. So both him and Danny Ayres are on 6 points at the top of the table following the opening night's worth of play. We can have a look at the table now for you. Jensen Walker ahead with a +9 legs difference, 6 clear in that particular department from Danny Ayres. James Beaton on 4 points, 2 wins, 2 defeats on his opening night, while Radek Sagansky and Matt Dennett with just a solitary win to their names. So that is what we have seen tonight in Group B. We've been watching it in the company of Matthew Oger, and to be perfectly honest, it played out how we expected it to, from start to finish, tight matches everywhere.
Yeah, it was a great night, wasn't it? The real quality out there. A couple of tumbler savages, lots of 180s, big checkouts at the right times. Everyone really did bring their best tonight. It was a really fascinating watch, and it sets us up for an even better night tomorrow, because right now, when you look at that table, yeah, we've got a couple of players on 6 points, but this could quite easily flip on its head. You look at the 2 players at the bottom of the table on 2 points, they could go and win all their matches tomorrow. So I think we've got a really fascinating close tomorrow night.
Danny Ayres won 3 out of 4, kind of as expected.
He was impressive tonight. I thought maybe could struggle in this group because there was a lot of quality in there. Start of the show, I questioned the fact the bookies had him as favourite, but he played like a favourite tonight. He was really, really impressive. Big step up from the previous times he's been here. And he's been here with success before as well. I don't think I've ever seen him have such an all-round performance like he did tonight. He's
top alongside Jensen Walker. He also picked up 3 wins out of 4. And I get the sense that he tried to eke out everything that he could possibly get from this evening's action.
Jensen Walker was very, very impressive, and I know it's kind of saying that about all the players, but there was, and Jensen Walker was a standout for me in regards to the way he looked, the way he was sort of handling himself on the stage. There was a real maturity about Jensen Walker that I don't think we've quite seen before. He's always been sort of an old head on young shoulders, but the way in which he handled things tonight, the way in which he had that sort of rhythm and that flow and that comfort at the hockey, he took a step forward. I'd like to see him continue in that vein, and if he does, he's not just a threat to this group, but he is to this week, and he is to this series.
James Beaton, 4 points for the opening night's worth of play. Some decent stuff in there, but will he feel as if maybe there was a couple of points left out there?
He will right now. I think when he wakes up in the morning, he'll be happy. I think before he threw a dart, he'd have been happy with 4. 4 is sort of a real good base mark when you're playing in Group B, because it gives you a little bit of confidence going into the next day. You know you're in with a genuine chance of qualification. He is in a qualifying spot as things stand at the moment. And we said at the start of it, the main thing that James Beaton needs to do is get himself through to Saturday night. He wants to be a regular here. That's the first tick, and what a great first night. He's thrown some real quality out there tonight, real quality.
Just a word on the bottom 2, both on 2 points, Radek and Matt.
They could quite easily turn that around tomorrow. I'm not concerned for them. It's more, how do they process that? They've got 2 points on the board. You can still qualify with 0 and doing it all on the second day, but they're in a good position. They can still turn this one around. Sagansky produced some good bits in times, just lacked a little bit of consistency when it really mattered the most, and we know he's capable of tidying that up tomorrow.
In terms of the night altogether, kind of what we expected. Some decent darts in there, but I also get the sense that there's also another gear to go potentially for 1 or 2 on Friday.
Yep, absolutely. We saw everyone's sort of B+ and A games. We never really saw A star. We had a couple of really good performances in there from a couple of players, but we're still waiting on that real big sort of runaway. It looked like Danny Ayres was potentially going to do that earlier on and just sort of missed a few opportunities. So I think we are going to get it. We're waiting for it. We're going to get it. Trust me. This is the group.
It's been fun, and we shall reconvene first thing tomorrow morning. Sleep well. And I hope you all sleep well as well. Plenty coming up across Pluto TV. Coming up next, the latest edition of the Break of Throw series features 2 9-dart heroes, one of them being Sebastian Białecki. Him and Krzysztof Ratajski going to be 2 favourites for the PDC World Cup of Darts. That's coming up in a few moments' time. That'll be your late night viewing here in the UK. Harry Ward's, well, he was impressive, wasn't he, in Group C earlier on this afternoon? That feels like a long time ago now. He's on 8 points when that comes to resumption tomorrow from 1 p.m. And then he'll be hoping to make it through to Saturday night's final. That gets underway from 7:30 in the evening. We're heading now towards the second half of Series 14. We know the first 6 players to make it through to Champions Week. We'll find out who's going to be the first from the second half of this series to get there. Graham Hall is in action on Monday morning when Week 8 gets underway. The Tour champion is looking to get a Champions Week title under his belt. He begins his quest first thing Monday morning. So that is it from us, where Walker is top of the table, but he's got air for company. We'll see you later on. Bye from us.
The new Modus Super Series champion.
Oh my word! It's another incredible moment tonight.
Jeff Smith.
It's match down.
5-star performance.
Goal for Big Fish.
It's double